What's up, people? Today we are back in Skitter XL because there's two very exciting maps to check out. These are two maps that have been ported over to Skitter XL by Antics, and I'm really stoked about these because they are both from my favorite, probably my favorite skateboarding game ever made, Skate 2. And one of these maps is one that I actually played on my Mashbox video. And one of the maps that I played in that video, I really wanted to see ported over into Skitter XL, and I was wondering why nobody has done it yet. And then lo and behold, I go on Mod.io today and Antics has ported that exact map into Skitter XL. But before we check out that map, I have one that I'm really stoked to check out. You're going to recognize this straight away. It's the Community Center from Skate 2, also from Skate 1. Yeah, this is the Skate 2 version of the Community Center, and it is so cool to have this. And it actually looks pretty nice in this port as well. Antics did a really good job of porting this over. Like, the lighting and the graphics and everything look really nice. A lot of the time when people port maps over from other games into this, it can just look really bad. But this looks like, you know, it looks like it belongs in this game. Okay, so Antics probably just forgot about these or just hasn't finished this map yet, but there is supposed to be a like tall flat bar here and like a smaller flat bar. I don't believe this is fully finished, but I think pretty much most of it is skatable. I'm also running a early version of the new updated version of Curb Dog's Mass mod. I did a video on the first version of this mod before, and it's basically just a mod that adds kind of weight and mass to the player, and it actually is a pretty incredible mod because it does actually make Skitter XL feel just so much more weightier and more realistic. It's definitely one of those things that you feel when you play rather than something you can kind of show off. Backtail to crook, that was sick. Is this splined? We can get a kickflip backtail. No, that's not splined. Let's head into grind tools here and see. Yeah, so this one hasn't been splined yet, so we need to do this one because I really want to make this so we can sloppy up it. So start a point there, put a point there, across to another point there, do one here, and then one down here to there, create new spline, turn that into coping so we can sloppy it. The grind tool will forever remain one of the best mods ever. Oh, there we go. A nice kind of 50-50. I'm sure that it's probably a bit difficult to get the geometry on these ports to work smoothly in Skitter XL because obviously Skate 2 was made on a completely different engine than this game, and it's also a much older game. That's also not splined. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. We'll just go skate the stuff that is splined. Hit the mani pad here. Oh, we kind of messed that up. We'll redo that one. Okay, that'll do. That was it. Nice little kickflip crook. Nice. I used to spend so much time here in the demo version of Skate. I think it was the original Skate. There was a demo for it, and the demo was restricted to the community center, which I think is probably why I love this spot so much, because my first kind of experience with the Skate series was with that demo and you could only skate here. And I think there was a way that you could glitch it to get out of bounds and like actually see the rest of the map, because the rest of the map was there. It's just that they timed you out or something, like you couldn't get past the barriers, but I think there was a way to glitch it that people figured out. Is this blind? Yes, it is. I'm glad. And it was really good that they had a demo for it too, because it meant that you kind of got used to the controls before the actual game released, so that you kind of knew what you were doing when the full game released. I've just come to a complete stop here. There we go. That was sick. All right, let's head into the little ditch section here, or the sewer section. Oof. Obviously, I feel like no other skateboarding game has come close to the transition physics that Skate had. Like, the Skate games just had great street physics and great transition physics. They kind of nailed every aspect of skateboarding. This game does feel like extremely lonely, though, because it doesn't have the AI skaters, which was one of the best things about kind of the Skate series, was of how alive the world was, because you had all the NPCs and the cars, and then you had all the skaters, all the pros just skating about. Damn, tray flip nose blunt? I'll take that. All right, let's actually see what else is about here, if anything else has been added. So yeah, so this whole section has been added as well, which is cool. So I'm not sure how much of this is actually skatable. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, so that handrail is. And then there's another handrail here, which we're not getting. There we go. I think this section, if I remember correctly, was where you met Mark Gonzalez for the first time. And it was always really cool the way that they had the intro videos for every pro. So every pro got introduced. It had them kind of doing a line or doing some tricks in the game that kind of represent how they skate in real life. It was very cool. And it was showing off all the sponsors that they have. So it was pretty educational as well, like for people who are just getting into skateboarding. You know, you kind of got to learn about all these different brands and what brands that the pros rode for and things like that. It was very cool. And we have the off-board walking mod as well for Skitter XL, which of course in the first skate you couldn't get off your board, but skate 2 they introduced off-board controls, which I guess is why they have these little stairs hidden back here. Or this is taking a long ass time to walk up these stairs. Little Manny across that. Nose Manny. Yeah, man, it's really cool to skate here again, and I hope that Antix continues to update this so that we have so those rails get added and some of the splines get fixed and things like that. I don't know if Antix is going to work on this anymore, or if that's just kind of, this is it, but it's still really cool to have. And the link for this is in the description if you want to go ahead and download this. But we're going to check out the second map today, which I'm also really excited to check out, because this is the map that I was questioning why nobody had ported it over to Skitter XL on my Mashbox video, and my prayers were answered because it's now in Skitter XL. And here we are. This is the Fantasy Factory DLC for Skate 2. Yeah, which is just really kind of crazy that I'm now playing this in Skitter XL after just playing this in Mashbox. But this is, of course, this was probably one of the best, if not the best DLC that Skate 2 ever had, which was adding Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. This is actually a much better looking one than the one in Mashbox. The textures and everything here look amazing. Skate 2 was out around the time that Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory was like really popular, and it was on MTV and everything. Such like a cool time in skateboarding culture, you know? And then we have the whole ditch section over here as well. This looks so much better. There's even water. The Mashbox version didn't have any of that. Let's just start by skating some of the outskirts and then we'll head into the Fantasy Factory. Nice kickflip board slide. That was sick. Big kickflip nose money. Now these pole jams, let me just check here. Are these splined? They are, yes. Awesome. Okay, that's really nice to see. So we should be able to actually kind of skate them. Okay, we didn't really grind it. We kind of used it more as a ramp. What? Oh, we actually landed that? That was insane. This is such a cool map, man. It would like, this was just so cool back in the day. Nice little Wally there when it was released as a DLC. Like, I just remember being so hyped about this. And it was so smart of EA, or I guess Black Box, who were the kind of the main developers behind this game. It was so smart of them to capitalize on the fame of Fantasy Factory. Obviously, having Rob Dyrdek as a pro in your game, you know, it helps greatly to get the license to put the Fantasy Factory in your game. Go with like an ollie try. That was pretty nice. Damn, we always got enough speed to get back up. There we go. Yeah, that kind of worked. I'll take that. That was okay. How about like a quick two-piece? So we'll hit the like bump the ledge and then hit the set. Nice kickflip tail to tray flip. Let's try to hit the handrail after we hit the ledge. Sick. Okay, anyway, enough of this. Let's actually go into the Fantasy Factory. When I was playing this on Mashbox, I was just thinking, like, I would really prefer to actually get to skate this instead of BMX it, because it's obviously made for skateboarding. because I'm not really sure how easy it is to actually get these DLCs now for Skate 2. Like, if you still have Skate 2 with the DLCs, like, you're probably extremely lucky, because I really don't know how easy it is to get access to this anymore. That was kind of sketchy, but also kind of cool. It was always my dream as a kid to be able to, like, skate here one day. I mean, I think every kid around this time growing up around, like, the early 2000s, Rob Dyrdek was kind of at his peak with both pro skating and the MTV Fantasy Factory stuff. I think that probably, like, every skater kid around then, like, just wanted to skate the Fantasy Factory and wanted to be able to, like, have their own private skate park. I mean, I would still love to have my own private skate park. I think that's kind of the dream for a lot of skaters. I remember he used to have that, like, gigantic skateboard, like the world's biggest skateboard, and it was just sitting in this in the Fantasy Factory. Let's hit the mani pad. And then handrail. Nice. Nice. Little no slide. Ooh, oh, that was a bad landing. Nice. I remember watching Fantasy Factory as a kid and, like, seeing, like, Rob Dyrdek and P-Rod and all those guys skating here, and everything just seems so big in real life. But in this version, everything's so tiny. Like, the stair set seems so small, but in real life, everything looked so gigantic. Which obviously, kind of being at the level that those guys were, like, Rob Dyrdek was an insanely good pro skater. He was at such a high level. So obviously when he was building his own private skate park, built everything to kind of fit his level of being a pro skater, and so I feel like everything was really big. Whereas if I was to build my own private skate park, I would make sure everything is really mellow. It wouldn't be there as, like, a training facility. It would just be fun, you know, just something that I can just go skate and not kind of worry about hurting myself. It would just be like a bunch of really mellow curbs and ledges and mani pads, like maybe like a 3 set at the most. Now let's see what's down. Is there anything down here? I really don't remember what there was. Okay, there's like a little area here, but you can't even get into it. It's too small. I don't remember if the original version actually had anything down there or not. But there was also these offices up here that you could get to. Oh yeah, you could get to the rooftop. This is crazy. I completely forgot about this. There we go. Nice. Man, this is so cool. Like, they really put stuff in every single... Look at this little gap and everything, roof gap. They really, like, stuck spots in every single corner of these maps. And that's what made these DLCs, like, 100% worth the money, is that you actually got so much to skate. And on top of that, there was missions and things like that added too. This was back when DLCs were, like, worth every penny, and they weren't even expensive back in the day. When you compare them to how much DLCs cost nowadays for most games, they charge you more for less content, but back then they charged you a fair amount for a fair amount of content. Alright, but this is insanely sick to be able to skate here in Skitter XL. If you guys want to download these maps, the links to them on Mod.io are in the description, so you can go ahead and download them. Big shout outs to Antix for porting these over. It's so sick to be able to skate here again and kind of relive this through Skitter XL. It's very, very cool. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for today, so I will catch you in the next video. Peace.